Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to Haja and our fellow classmates. Today, we, the members of Group 5, would like to present on the strategic planning of Microsoft Corporation. First and foremost, allow me to introduce the members of Group 5, starting with Eliyza El-Jeffry, Hawa Shaharun, Muhammad Arif Najmi Ikhwan, Siti Rashidah binti Aznin, and Nur Syaziyah Abdullah.
First strategic alternative are the SO strategy. SO strategy is the strength opportunity strategy that use strength to maximize opportunities. In Microsoft, the SO strategy that been identified is Microsoft has surplus cash for R&D purpose and the opportunity is growing cloud computing demand. Microsoft should capitalize on the growing demand that has been expanding. Therefore, Microsoft can maximize the opportunity with the strength as Microsoft has the surplus cash for R&D purposes. This indirectly can maximize the product development of Microsoft. Next, the strategic alternative also consists of WO strategy. WO strategy is the combination between weakness opportunity strategy. In the case study of Microsoft, it shows that one of the weaknesses that Microsoft need to go through is in terms of PC market is declining. This is because people nowadays prefer to use tablet or smartphone in their daily life as it is more convenient rather than having a PC. These weaknesses can be handled with the opportunity of growth through alliance with Nokia. By having an alliance with Nokia, Microsoft can enhance their attractiveness by sharing the capabilities about the technology, file sharing, and also the inclusion of wide range of Lumia smartphones and tablets. Other than that, strategic alternatives are the ST strategy. ST strategy are the strength threat strategy that use strength to minimize threats. Microsoft have a good record when the revenue grew by 18% from year 2010 to 2012. In addition, Microsoft as well had a record of $73 billion in year 2012. This indicates that Microsoft is on the right track when the financial result is good. Therefore, the strength of strong growth of revenue can minimize the threat which is competitor often launch new product and creates the alternative evaluation of strategy differentiation. The last strategic alternative that can be implemented is WT strategies. WT strategy is the weakness threat strategy that used to minimize the weaknesses and avoid threat. Based on the case study of Microsoft, they would depend towards their hardware manufacturer. Microsoft revenue, particularly in the Windows sector, is primarily dependent on equipment manufacturers pre-installing the Windows operating system. Long-term planning may be ineffective in this case as other hardware manufacturers decide to terminate the agreement with Microsoft. These weaknesses can be minimized by avoiding the threat of intense competition. Product development is a multidisciplinary and creative process that converts market, opportunities, and technology innovation into profitable products. The first alternative evaluation under product development is increased product value. When competing in highly competitive market, product value is one of the crucial parts that every company should pay attention to. Microsoft is one of the companies that have good quality of its product, especially in Windows. Microsoft increased the product over time. However, being a technological company, defections and anomalies are inevitable. In 2006, Windows Vista is one of the biggest failures for Microsoft as the product does not meet quality and standard of product. Therefore, with the strength of surplus of cash for R&D activity, Microsoft can assess and improve the quality of product. The second alternative evolution under product development is increase the range of service in cloud computing. The service of cloud computing shows a good signal of demand where it is continuously grown in the market. One of the product that based on cloud computing service from Microsoft is Microsoft Azure. Speed, RAM needed to run the program, cost per hour, and security is one of the crucial aspects that any company is looking for. Microsoft can conduct research and use the valuable information to improve the service if the speed is not stable or if the product consumes more RAM to run the program. Thus, if Microsoft Azure is able to lead a business to have more stable network and high security compared to other competitors, Microsoft indirectly can obtain a competitive advantage. Strategic alliance is a voluntary arrangement between businesses that involve the exchange or division of product, technology, or service development. Based on the WO strategy of Microsoft Incorporation, one of the alternative evaluations under strategic alliance is strengthen the alliance with Nokia to sustain the mobile market dominance. Microsoft and Nokia announced a new venture to provide Microsoft Office mobile and communication solutions to Nokia smartphones. Through the alliance with Nokia, it was an opportunity for Microsoft to overcome the problem in PC declining. PC declining is one of the bad news for Microsoft. By the alliance with Nokia, it will help Microsoft to accelerate the development of its mobile device market share and profit via rapid innovation, improved synergies, and unified branding and marketing.
Next, I will expand on the third strategy formulation, which is differentiation strategy. Differentiation strategy is focused on giving customers something different or unique that distinguishes the company's product or service from its competitors. With these strategies, the customer will be more attracted to buy the new product from Microsoft. The first alternative evaluation under the differentiation strategy is offer a unique product that comes with a unique features and services to retain customers. Nowadays, many other brands had come out with a unique idea in inventing their product. It is a good opportunity for Microsoft to start investing in their research and development to create a unique product and will get more attention from the customers. The second alternative evaluation under differentiation strategy is it allows to attract investor interest by having a differentiation strategy. It helps Microsoft to have more investors when they are creating new product, as it makes the investor feels that the product will make more profit. The last strategy formulation is competitive benchmark. Benchmarking can be defined as the process of continuously recognizing, understanding, and applying excellent practices and procedures found both inside and outside a company in order to improve performance. Microsoft can benchmark one of their competitors to see what their advantage and disadvantage is and compare it with Microsoft. From the observer result, Microsoft could improve their products. By viewing the Microsoft Incorporation WT strategy, one of the alternative evaluation in the competitive benchmark is by making Windows application free inside the phone and tablet. It is because Microsoft can benchmark from Google's strategy, which is they make their application free to use, and as a result, many Android users use the Google application. By benchmarking Google, Microsoft could raise their revenue if they make their system free to use. Other than that, the alternative evaluations can be made is create an opportunity of competitive advantage. Microsoft Incorporation could enhance their company growth by observing their competitors' product, which is the pro and cons of the product. When they had observed, from there, they could create their own opportunity of competitive advantage. It can be in terms of the software. Based on the case study of Microsoft Incorporation, Microsoft plans to better align the communication between PCs, tablets, phones, and servers by developing improved operating systems with Windows 8. It is important for each of the company to have product development in their business. This is because it will provide a new value to the customers. Without the product development, it will lessen the interest of the customers to buy the new product if there is no product development in it. Product development is a secondary intensive growth strategy for Microsoft Corporation. The growth is facilitated by the intense strategy, which is built on the development and selling of a new item.
As reported in 2013 Microsoft Annual Report, the total revenue accumulated in 2013 is over 77 billion that come from various business activity of Microsoft. From the revenue income, a proportion of $10 billion was distributed to research and development in order to produce a good quality of product in the future. Thus, the surplus of cash for R&D is the main resources for Microsoft to implement their range service in cloud computing and increase the value of their products. During the progress of increasing cloud computing service range, Microsoft Azure expanded to several regions across the world since its operation. The cloud system became the Azure region where it may pair with the same geographical region. For instance, Dublin in North Europe and Amsterdam in West Europe were being paired. Another project development is to increase product value expansion of research and development being main objective of Microsoft in order to implement the strategy that had been formulated. For instance, Microsoft products were put in reliability lab under Microsoft Product Quality Program that focuses on material analysis, compliance, design verification, and safety. Strategic implementation require action from top management of Microsoft to implement the strategy of increasing the range of service in cloud computing and increase the product value. However, the implementation is impossible as it doesn't involve with organizational project management of Microsoft since they need to use company resources and manpower. The outcome from project development is the company get attention from investor after Microsoft wanted to increase the range of service cloud computing. Other than that, increasing product value of Microsoft Surface Series may close up the gap in smartphone market share. One of the issue when implement the strategic management is low on market share held by Microsoft in several businesses that they venture. In 2013, Microsoft only held 3.2% of market share in smartphone operating system. It is because Microsoft was late to enter the market and had to maintain customer loyalty in smartphone market.
There are two performance appraisals that can be used to see on the effectiveness of the new strategy. The first is by using the qualitative approach. The quality approach is a method that helps in understanding what customers need and expect. Other than that, it also gives recommendation and insights into how service quality can be improved, as well as factors that may lead to service failures. In this case, Microsoft can adapt the focus group as it is one of the qualitative tools to measure the service quality of the new strategy. It is a program that can generate information from discussion of a group of people which lead by a professional moderator. Hence, the result will determine the success of the product. Next, the quantitative approach is based on a measurement and is conducted in a systematic, controlled manner which enable researchers to perform statistical tests, analyze differences between groups, and determine the effectiveness of treatments. The suitable methods can be applied is by the projection of data. Projection of data is the process of and other mathematical analysis tools that can be used to project data into the future. By this, it can assist the management to recognize the potentiality of the new strategy. Corrective action is a quality management concept that aims to correct a task, process, product, or even a person's behavior when any of these factors produce errors or deviates from a definite schedule. Hence, the corrective action is important to be taken as to ensure the problem that occur can be solved and to prevent from the affecting the other things in the company. The issues of the Microsoft face is the company was late to enter the smartphone market, which led to a difficulty in maintaining the customer loyalty. Therefore, the corrective action that can be taken is by partnering with another relevant brand. This will help to boost the exposure of the brand and product, which can attract many customers as well as to building the customer loyalty.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, I'm Shaharun. We move on to the next version, which is reverse swap. Reverse swap is modified swap that we change based on the alternative choice that allow them to know the improvement that we made by the strategy that we choose. So the first comparison is between the previous and improved internal factor evaluation method. We can see that depending on the hardware manufacturer, increase from 0.04 to 0.08. So the total increase from 2.71 to 2.75. The product development will allow the company to able to survive the market as well as grow because the development of the Microsoft product. So they could be less dependent on the hardware manufacturing. So they could gain revenue for other sales other than hardware sale. The second comparison is between the previous and improved external factor evaluation method. The score table has been booming will increase from 0.30 to 0.45. So total score will increase from 2.95 to 3.00. Here happened because the improvement of the product development. So the company will gain more revenue from the tablet market because the customer will be more interested to purchase better quality product. So it shows that there is improvement in the SWOT analysis based on the alternatives choice that we made. In conclusion, the company can develop better strategy from the SWOT analysis. This strategy will be evaluated to ensure that the company will able to implement the strategy effectively. We identify the issue, resources, process, and company action as well as the outcome. So corrective action can be taken to tackle any issue arise to ensure effective strategy implementation. so they can perform reverse SWOT to know the effectiveness of the strategy. So the company will be able to continue to stay in the market and maintain its position with the suitable strategy that allow them to compete with the competitor. That's all for our group. Thank you.